everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome to Pyre. Pyre is the next game by the developers Supergiant Games, the same people who brought you Bastion and Transistor. And while I adored and played through the entirety of Bastion, I think I fiddled with Transistor a little bit and didn't really play it, though I recognized it was a good game. For whatever reason, it didn't really hook me. However, Pyre is a totally different game compared to Bastion and Transistor. Also, words are difficult for me. And I really want to play it. I will, as I have been in the past few weeks, just kind of throw an episode out there, see how people enjoy it, and we'll either continue playing it on the channel or leave it as a one-off, and hopefully you guys who really enjoyed what they saw will go and buy the game yourselves. But if enough people want more, I will happily play more. I don't know too much about Pyre outside of it's like a RPG sports game, which sounds really, really weird, but in practice from what I've played is really fun. Without further ado, I'm just going to jump in and let the game kind of speak for itself. In classic Supergiant fashion, the game is utterly gorgeous. Utterly gorgeous. I just the sound design and the art design in all of Supergiant games are so freaking good, and the music is always good too. But there's no narrator this time around. Well, kind of. You'll see. Your days on the downside brought slow, lonesome agony. Now, as you lie yielding in the elements, something rumbles into view. Three shapes emerge, each clad in a strange attire. So, the way this game is told via story is mostly through text, and if you want more lore, you can actually hover over the highlighted word to learn more. So, we've been in the downside. The downside is a vast purgatory into which the Commonwealth casts its convicts and its enemies. Good to know. Another piece of filth expelled from the Commonwealth. A proud country risen from the ashes of a fallen empire, home to a multitude of ethnic groups, founded on principles of mercy and kinship, whose exact meanings evolved through many centuries. So that's where we were expelled into the downside from. See, right on schedule, what'd I tell ya? You told us we would find someone alive. Someday! I said we'd find someone alive someday. Just not today, I guess. But don't be glum. You know, I see you're frowning underneath that mask. Looks like she's breathing. Looks like she's breathing. The masked wanderer presumes you are female, and we can change that to male, because I'm gonna be a boy. It seems he still is. Then stand aside. I shall send him into a better place. He's a he? Can you people just tell? Hang on, the markings on his rags. I think he's one of them. But look at him. He is beyond our help, and we are beyond his. Broken, shaking, starving, probably diseased. Yeah, good luck with that there, chum. See you back at the wagon. Indeed, the day grows dim. You have at best an hour. Understood. I won't be long. After the others leave, the man turns toward you and begins unfastening your mask. Or his mask, rather. Hello, my friend. I don't care who you are or what you did. None of that matters anymore. All of us, we're equal nothings here. You are parched and he gives you a drink. You ache and he binds your wounds. You hunger and he gives you food. Little by little, it helps. There. Turns out you're tougher than you look. Name's Hedwyn. Now come on. He is one of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life in the downside. You sense no ill intent as he helps you up and leads you to the bold black wagon. Nothing like the stately vessel that paraded Commonwealth criminals through alabaster streets. Hedwyn beckons you to enter the black wagon. We will step inside. Oh, this game is so pretty. The weather-beaten wagon is as much a mess inside as out. You see the masked woman and the talkative creature taking stock of ancient-looking books. I'm back, and with a guest. She loosens the clasps on her mask. You may call me Jodariel. She is the most imposing of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. And for myself, the small one struggles with his mask. Jodariel soon assists him. Ah! That is to say, you may regard me by the name of Rucky Greentail. He is the smallest yet loudest of the three masked wanderers who found you clinging to life. Such pleasantries out of the way, the horned woman then motions to the others. She glances at you sidelong as she speaks. Can he do it? Hope so. Haven't asked him yet. What? Then what are we waiting for? Hey, chum. Nice meeting you all, but tell me something. You know how to read or what? He's asking if you are a reader. one who can derive meaning from text. Literacy has been prohibited for centuries. Those with knowledge of the old ways violate the law of the land. So reading, apparently, in this world is completely outlawed for whatever reason. So we can admit it, we can deny it, or we can remain silent. And this is going to happen a lot in this game. There's a lot of choose-your-own-adventure RPG elements. And I don't know, but I know it matters for the story, and then later on in the game, it is going to be pretty important. We'll see what that means. I think I'm going to remain silent. Who you are or what you did earn your sentence. To earn your sentence is no one's business but your own. You stare back at Rucky, but say nothing in response. He stares back for several moments, then grows angry. Silent treatment, huh? Now, don't play dumb with us there, you understand? The dumb don't have those kinds of markings. Those are something else. We know what you are. Reader, you owe us your life. We ask for something simple in exchange. Open one of those books back there and tell us what it says. Sorry to put you on the spot like this, my friend. The exiles indicate the books in their possession. Have a look. So we have to look. Old remnants, colorful robes, and ceremonial masks adorn one of the wagons. We can kind of click on things. Odd creatures, hungry-looking creatures roosted near some sort of attic. There is nothing you can do for them right now. We can blow out some candles, some books over here. There's also a weird man that just kind of sits here. A lone minstrel. The figure sits very still in a corner of the wagon. Now is not the time to check on him, except he's very strange. Beyond lies a boundless downside. Even if you could run, you would not get far. And then there's some... I assume that's another exit. But we're going to click on this book. You pick up one of the old and heavy volumes, bound in materials you do not yet recognize. Alright, so we can inspect it and read what it says. You, dear reader, are an exile of the downside, such as we, the 8 who wrote this book of Rites. That you possess it and have capacity to glean its words is a testament enough to your potential. Thus we reveal a path from this forsaken place to freedom, a homecoming in glory. The stars themselves shall be your guide. Ere the turning of the year's first solstice, seek the nearest longitude beneath the brightest of 8 as they align as shown. Arrive as a triumvirate, clad in the raiments of the rites bearing this book. Oblige the voice that tells you more. So this book is going to tell us how to be free of the downside to freedom again. And then these are the stars, I guess, and we can go ahead and close the book. The book describes the complicated method through which exiles can return to the Commonwealth. The words swim through your mind as Headwind gets your attention. Well, friend, what does it say? But then your vision starts to fade and blur. You feel your body weaken and give out. And now we're going to see how the gameplay of this game works outside of the Choose Your Own Adventure storyline that we've got going.
Reader,
Hello.
dare you tamper with forbidden knowledge?
I mean, I've already have, to be honest.
So soon after your sentence into exile. 'Tis true what the book says. You can be free again. Perhaps not you yourself, but someone worthy of the privilege. You witness now the path toward salvation. You witness the rites, the one way to return to glory. Though in your case, I hardly think it possible. Yet, by the grace of the scribes, it is my duty to inform you anyhow.
Welcome to Fantasy Basketball, by the way. It worked. So it is true. Yeah, but what now? And where did the reader go? He should be out there still. For now, we have to put our faith in him. He could abandon us. He won't. You look upon the 3 of them from beyond as Headwind then calls out to you. Reader! We aim to free ourselves. We will not grow old and die in the downside. And now I swear to you, when we get out of here, you're going to come with us. But first, we need your help. Show us the way. Freedom. Focus all your mental faculties to do as Headwind asked.
A celestial orb falls from the heavens when the time.
So we can click. We can't actually use a joystick. Rather, the WASD keys. However, if you use a controller, you can use the joystick. I'm not sure which method I actually prefer.
Exiles conduct the rites
I actually
of a
think I prefer
triumvirate.
the controller,
They must prove
oddly,
their trust in
because
one
you have
another,
more control that way.
not
So
just in
we can
themselves.
tap A to pass the orb, hold A to pass to Rookie. So you hold down A and you can aim specifically where you want to pass.
The three
Only one exile can move at a time.
one.
So it's all about positioning. We can hold the right trigger to sprint. And sprint until stamina is depleted. Boom, done.
Now plunge into the pyre with the orb and be purified.
Boom.
Yes.
So the goal, obviously, is to bring their pyre to 0.
Way of it. Whoever steps into the flame is banished.
Rookie is banished for now.
His or her cohorts must make do on their own. Oh, but it is not so simple. In the Rites, you shall face adversaries whose own freedom is at stake. Beware the aura that surrounds them, as they shall beware yours.
So we can approach them. And if we touch them with our aura, they die.
The aura is your
And it'll banish them
wrongdoing.
temporarily.
Accept it as a part of you.
Press hold B to banish the adversary from afar. So yeah, we can also make our aura go away, but then cast it forth. Like so.
Correctly done.
Banish the remaining adversary. So we can just go ahead and do the same thing. Boom.
Just so. A glorious performance, I admit. More than
Once
I
banished by auras,
expected
exiles
from the
soon
likes of
return.
you.
So they all when you
Grasp the
so basically the
orb
way it
once
works is
more.
when you banish them with your own aura, they're only temporarily banished. But if you run into a pyre with the orb, you're banished until the next point is scored. I don't think the game ever fully explains that.
The aura, then the orb quenches the flame.
So yeah, we lose when we pick up the orb, we lose our aura.
Now I say.
So what we want to do is walk up here, and then we can jump over the aura into the pyre. Rookie is returned. So you might notice, like, hey,
Now snuff out the adversary's pyre.
Okay.
Whilst yours yet burns.
let's talk about that for a second. So you might notice, I'm actually going to see if I can turn on subtitles. They're on. There we go. When I ran in with Rookie, it only gave me 15 points off their pyre, but when I ran in with the human, it gave me 20. Basically, depending on how easy it is for somebody to run it in, they gain points. So Rookie is really well controlled. He's kind of built for running the ball into the pyre. He's fast, he's nimble. But because of that, he's worth less points. Where if I ran in, say, with this lady right here, she's super slow. We'll switch. You can see how slow she is. Even her dash is not very good, and it uses up all of her stamina. But she's worth 30 points. Also, you might notice, like, hey, when we combine our auras, boom, they both grow. It's all about being defensive, so. But because of him, you know, we can kind of just jump, boom, and it's super easy to run in with him. Only worth 15 points. Try banishing your adversaries. No problem.
Well cast.
Let's banish all 3 of them.
United in banishment.
So we can grab this. We can also fling it.
Zap.
If we fling the aura, or if we fling the ball, we can we'll gain less points.
Merely a glancing blow.
See, we only get 10, but the person we're controlling doesn't get banished. So we have the ability to like have them for the next round and they don't disappear.
Bad for that one.
Alright, we just ended up losing him because I lost my aura there.
Beyond us banished to the last.
We can kind of just do that. Just toss it in.
A daring display. Flinging the orb.
Oh, we gotta jump into the pyre. Alright, let's do that.
You elude banishment using such tricks.
So his little spell, as you can tell, is actually
Fear not the pure
really. Oh, we're not gonna be able to jump in 3 times, unfortunately.
banished.
We're only gonna get 2. I don't know if that matters or like what that's gonna do. Maybe it's like an experience thing. Actually, let's go and do this. this. And I kind of just want to banish some people. I want to run in with her. Ah. I wanted to run in with her for the 30, but it might not matter. Ah. Yep. I'm playing... See, I have nobody right now. There we go. I'm playing a little aggressively. And this is the tutorial, so they're not playing like the smartest.
Poor Joe Dariel.
Oh, okay. Apparently that missed. Up and over, we're in.
The Rite is complete.
We did it.
There, dear reader. Now you understand. Or do you? This was but a glimpse of that which lies ahead. I would tell you to turn back, cast down your hope. But all those such as you never listen.
That's for damn sure. I'm a YouTuber. I do what I want. You can't stop me. All right, so that's like a taste of how the gameplay actually works. Instead of having like turn-based battles and whatnot, you have that. The others are still picking themselves up as you awaken. Well, that was something. And that was our way out. So now we just follow the stars, or what? Supposedly. Raider, come, let us regard the night. Jodario leads you outside, where a clear night sky awaits. Now, show us, before the howlers catch our scent, where shall the rites commence? An ancient ritual competition through which the worthiest exiles regain their freedom. The 8 scribes gave their freedom so that we may yet have ours. Prayer from the Book of Rites. You gaze at the stars, seek out your destination. So now, we kind of have like a, you know, going from one world to the next and doing what we have to do. And we want to go over here. The South Star burns bright over a massive ridge of stone much further than the naked eye can see. Boosh. 200 leagues due east, the Ridge of Goal. According to the stars, the next rite shall soon commence here. The fossil remains of the serpent titan slain by Golathanian, yet loom over those living in its shadow. Alright. Great! And we're supposed to be there when exactly? Very soon, according to the stars. You should be able to arrive in time if you make haste. Then shall we get started? Well, this ought to be good for a few laughs at least. What do you say, Jody? Jodariel turns to you, studying you. Raider, do not deceive us. Pray we make good use of our remaining time. What she means is glad to have you aboard, chum. We're counting on you, friend. See you inside. Freedom, the rites are the key. It is a lot to take in. Your fellow exiles await for you in the wagon. And off we go! And that was the intro. Stylish, gorgeous, fun. Pyre is really good. Off we go. I remember when this game was announced, and I was just like, what is this game? It's really hard to explain, but it's super fun. So we're at the Downside Prairie, and we're going to see our next bit of kind of gameplay here. You arrive at the Downside Prairie, where the road ahead is forked. There's a lack of consensus about which way to proceed. Downside Prairie, one of the Downside's only verdant regions. It only gets less hospitable as you press further north. I'm telling you, we ought to take the Northern Pass. Got an associate holed up in Hollowroot I've got to pay a visit to besides. The northern route to the Ridge of Goal goes through a small exile encampment. Every so often, tempests come and scour away the huts and hovels, but they always crop back up. Fie on your associate. Best we head to Blooming Pool to avoid attention. The southern route to the Ridge of Gold goes through a humid area pocked with hot springs. Runoff from the sandfold means no bathing in the spring, so they're just there to mock you. And get stuck in a bog while we're at it? The dispute continues as Headwind listens for a while. What if the reader settled this? He marks the way, and we get us there. If the rites are meant to test our faith, then we best learn to trust the reader's instincts on our path. No second guessing him along the way. Can we all live with that for now? Yeah, sure. If necessary. Then it's settled. Just point the way, my friend. The stars guide us through you. So we get to choose where we go, and I'm gonna go Hollow Root because on my solo playthrough I did a little bit. I went to Blooming Pool. Rookie knows someone who owes him there, and Jodaro thinks she can find some rare fauna here. Let's go to Hollow Root. Go north. As you pass through the squalid little area, you hear boisterous voices coming from what looks to be a public house. Rookie stumbles forth from it, holding something in his paws. Oh, hey, chum! Just wrapping up a real important exchange back there. Hang on to this for me, will ya? We'll have to drop it off if we head further north. So we got a plain parcel. This item can be sold at a slug market. Certain types of luxury goods somehow find their way into the downside. Journey onward. Okay. So what we get in the Blooming Pool is something similar. It says it's worth 30. It's like a plant, and it says it's worth 30 at the slug market as well. The black wagon grinds to a stop at the base of the Ridge of Gold. The others ask you to assist with making preparations for nightfall and the commencement of the rite. Alright, so we've got a few things we can do here. So we can just commence the rite if we so choose, but there's some stuff we can do in the wagon. So let's head into the wagon. So we've got him here. We got a bunch of stuff. Greentail family portrait, a reasonable likeness of a younger rookie with his mother and uncle. Can't really do much. Lone minstrel sits very still in a corner of the wagon. He is unresponsive, but seems to be alive. But we can't talk to him. You sense he lives, but nothing more. That's interesting. I haven't gotten to the point where he actually does anything. Actually, we're about to get past the point where I stop playing personally. Jody's throw rug, fashioned from a howler hide, sends their ilk a clear message. Jodariel says not to step on it. Okay, well, no promises. Drive imp. Creatures such as this must have been bred to push the black wagon along. Common room. Can we go to the common room? In the common room, you may review various notes and observations about your fellow exiles and their respective paths towards enlightenment and the rites. Oh, okay, so this is like the leveling screen that we will mess with later. And we can click on him. He seems to have something on his mind. Hey, chum, appreciate you taking us through Hollow Root back there. About that, are you certain that parcel will fetch us an adequate price at the slug market? Slug market, crude trading post found in the downside. Surely we could have procured some sort of rare fungus had we gone the other way. As much as I love the idea of procuring rare fungus there, Jody, we said we wouldn't go around second-guessing our good chum's decisions, right? Jodariel says nothing in response, but soon changes the subject. Night falls soon. Come along, Greentail. We have much left to prepare. The two of them soon go about rummaging through the raiments and the books strewn about the wagon, leaving you to your own devices. So there's a lot of like just kind of exploring, kind of choose your own adventure stuff over here. Adventure game style. We can check up there. You observe the ladder leading to the locked enclosure above the cabin. The wagon's centrifuge must be up there. Its drive imps stare down at you with big wet eyes. Oh, gross. You can click on the Book of Rites. See what's in here. So the first exile, we can do a little bit more reading. In the words of Golathanian, the Master General, you know perhaps the thrice-cursed name of Solium Mur, the Emperor of Sar, the first exile and my liege. This chapter concerns him and those who found him in the downside. Each of us was sent to take his life. Such was the hatred for him in and around his country. Yet we found in Solium Mur a man transformed in body, mind, and spirit, a man deserving of much more than mercy. In time he named us all his scribes, and he became the eighth. It is my greatest honor now to share with you his deeds. To know his story is to know the rites. Okay, so we can't click anything here. We can't click that. We just inspected it. I think that's all we can learn right now. So yeah, that's chapter 1 of the first scribe. So get a little bit of lore tidbits. And the best part is if you don't like lore, you can completely ignore it. But the way I play, I love learning about lore. So a little bit of story tidbits kind of thrown at you. But let's commence the rite. As darkness falls, your fellow exiles stand together, clad in their raiments of the rites. The preparations are set. However, Everything is still calm. Soon, they grow restless. Keep telling you there's nothing here. What a bunch of idiots we are. If we traveled all this way for nothing. I don't think we did. Look up. Aha. The Pyre symbol. Alright, so we're gonna get our next game in a little bit of actual story, since last time was like a tutorial mission.
The stars align at last. You reach the Ridge of Goal at the appointed time, and your triumvirate is ready. Your adversaries in the Rites this eve shall be the Accusers. Whose ever pyre yet burns once the other is extinguished shall step closer to freedom. Now let the rites commence.
Boosh! So that's like just 3 humans over there. The stars are aligned and your pyre burns bright. Across from your companions appear several others clad in raiments. Your adversaries in the Rites. Everyone ready? Let's hope so. Be still. We have a visitor. The one whom she refers to steps forward. At last, the Nightwings grace us with their presence. The name of the triumvirate in blue. It seems your fellow exiles have assumed their identity. I see that the reports of your demise have been exaggerated after all. Even I was beginning to think you were gone for good. Nobody moves, save for the man robed in gold, who unfastens his mask. Surprised to see old Lendl again. I trust you remember my face, though you must have assumed never to see it again after last time. He is the apparent leader of the exile triumvirate you encountered in the Ridge of Gold. Never have I come so close to freedom, only for you to dash my hopes. Now I and the Accusers shall repay that affront. He shoves his mask back on and takes position with his comrades. It is time. From the shadows, you clutch the Book of Rites and focus on the task at hand. Boom! And now time to play some fantasy basketball. Boosh, we're gonna grab that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually set up a defense. So, it gets harder as we go, but early on, these are not, the brightest peeps in the book.
Have the Accusers underestimated you?
Oh, yeah, I like to think they may have. So the question is, how are they gonna manage? So we can do a little sprinting here, and I can do a little flinging. And it seems they can catch it. Alright, good to know. But they ain't like I said, they ain't the brightest. And poor Lendl. Boom. So throwing that in gave us only 12 points, but it ensures the next one we're gonna have all 3 back. No! I shall not accept for defeat from you again. Hear me, Accusers! Stand your ground. Let your auras boil in rage.
It seems that you have flustered the Accusers.
So it seems they're gonna go ahead and hunker down. Fine, then we shall disrupt their formation. So this is where they kind of teach us to fling it, but I already knew how, you know what I'm saying?
To deserve his exile?
I wonder if we get more if we fling it with her. Let's find out. So we want to just kind of toss it right in there.
In the name of
wow, we still get 30 points if we fling it with the Jodariel. That's awesome. Boom! Oh, they smacked it out of the air. Ugh, they collided with me.
Yes.
Damn it. Tried to get rid of it. Didn't work so well. No, thank you. That's the first time we've ever seen them do that. We'll go ahead and just dive. I don't mind losing Rucky so much. He's kind of meant for that kind of thing, but it does leave us a little open. They're using up all their stamina. Jump through. Ah, damn it. We'll go ahead and just kind of toss some fire out that way. So we only get 1 dash with her, so we got to be careful when we do. Ah, I missed. I don't want to... Let's go ahead and just toss it.
weak attempt, and yet it hit the mark.
I'm fine with that. I want my guys. Like, we were kind of low there for a minute. So, we could try and end it. I don't think we can end it here, though.
Glorious.
Yeah, we still got 2 points left. Should not be that difficult, though. Again, these are early missions. They're not particularly the smartest AI. They do get much more difficult later. Excuse me? What? I was to say, where the Pyre was so tiny.
You have prevailed. Rejoice then in your single fleeting victory.
Sweet. I'll take it. Your deceit may have earned you a hollow victory, but know this. The accusers will not forget your wickedness, and when next we meet, you will rue the day. And now people level up.
Now in the wisdom of the scribes,
Looks like Jodariel's gonna hit her first level.
exile Jodariel has gained enlightenment.
We have withstood worse nights than this,
Only the
though few is
enlightened
strange.
and regain their freedom.
So as you level, there's 2 talent trees each one can choose from. Her first skill on this one is after using her rush to lunge forward, Jodariel can rush again right away. So if we want to make her aggressive, we can. Or we can go more defensive with her, and after banishing an adversary, Jodariel instantly recovers all of her stamina. I like her as a defensive player, so I'm going to go with that.
The demon scribe bestows his favor.
And then everybody else is getting close to leveling up, but not quite. They're still rank 1. After the rites, the accusers disappear into the darkness. As you return to the wagon in the still night sky, you see a single star burns brighter than the rest, beckoning you onward. So that's kind of how the game plays. It's you basically see its core loop right then and there. Some story, some choose your own adventure, some point and click adventure, followed by a rites. Well, my friends, what can I say? The rites are real, and we're in. The Getting Out of Here Club. Next up on the agenda, keep chasing the stars until we're free. Until we are free. Until we are free. Here, sounds fine. Might as well be us instead of Lendl back there. Anyway, guess we better start packing. As the others go about their business, Hedwyn turns to you. Reader, come, walk with me while the stars are still out. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for a time before he speaks up. You have questions. Come, ask away. We need you in on this for the long haul. So we get to choose, and we get to choose one question. Ask why he was exiled, ask how he got this wagon, ask why you cannot conduct the rites yourself, which I assume they just can't read, and that's pretty simple, or what happens if I refuse to help? How about what happens if we refuse to help? You're beginning to get the impression that your participation is not optional. You ask Hedwyn what would happen if, say, hypothetically, you did not wish to help them any further on this quest. He maintains eye contact and a smile. Good question, my friend. We're going to have a lot of time to discuss that, and many other things. Make you a deal. Read the stars for us again, and I'll tell you all about it on the way. You sense he speaks truly as he beckons toward the fading dark above. You gaze at the stars. And now we pick another star. I don't think I have a choice. I think I have to pick one of those. I don't think I get to pick any of these stars. I think this is kind of like a tutorial star. So the next one is Jomur the Dusk Star. The Dusk Star burns bright over an ancient spring in Jomur Valley. That's like a weird scorpion monster. That's a long way north and west. We'll see if this old wagon's fit for it. He turns to the others. How's it going, rookie? Imps fed, wheels clean. Status, Jody? No signs of howlers. Everything is secure. Good. Then get some rest. We're headed to the spring of Jomur at dawn. We're off. According to the stars, the Alpha Chief hoped bathing here would cure his ailments, but it only made him itch. And I think that's where we're going to stop here. So if you guys want to see more, let me know in the comment section below. And as always with a new series, if this is to become a series, likes and all that stuff are a good way to show me immediately if you are enjoying it. I hope you are. And as always, your support means the world to me, and I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.